Hey there, business owners. You ever feel like your marketing and sales teams are constantly at odds? Like they're speaking two entirely different languages? Well, you're not alone. So in today's video, we're diving into one of the most common sources of tension in any business. And that's why marketing and sales teams disagree all the time and how you can fix it. Hi there, it's Adrian from Numero Uno. And look, marketing and sales have very different perspectives. Look, marketing is all about long-term strategies like building brand awareness, generating leads, and nurturing potential customers. And then on the other hand, sales is more short-term, focusing on closing deals and bringing in immediate revenue. And I've done both. In my early career, I was doing direct sales. I was actually a door-to-door salesman. And then later on, I got into marketing. Now, these differences in approach can lead to some serious tension within your company. So what are the main causes of the disagreement? In this video, I'm going to delve deeper into the differences, also talk about the similarities, and try to give you some tips on how to get them both to collaborate better. So let's go. Okay, so first up, I want to talk about like the different goals and metrics when it comes to marketing and sales. So marketing success is often measured by things like website traffic, lead volume, or how many people engage with a campaign. Now, sales, they're focused really on one thing, and that is closing deals. If marketing generates tons of leads that quote unquote aren't ready to buy, then sales will get frustrated. And if sales doesn't close enough leads, then marketing feels like their hard work is going to waste. It's like a vicious cycle that happens. So that's one of the main sticking points is the quality of the leads and versus the ability of sales to actually close the leads. And that's where I want to get to the next step about lead quality versus lead quantity. So the goal of marketing is to bring in as many leads as possible. Like if you're running a Google ad campaign, you're looking to convert those clicks into leads. If you're doing SEO, you're looking to get more leads in. If you're doing any kind of, TV or print ad, you're looking to get the phone ringing. But sales, they want those leads to be ready to buy. So the problem is if a sales rep goes and calls back a lead, and for example, it's somebody who might be not the proper demographic or their budget doesn't match what the sales rep is pitching, it leads to a lot of frustration. So if marketing, if their goal is to get as many leads as possible, but they're focusing too much on quantity, then that sales team will end up with a lot of leads they don't think are worth pursuing. So imagine salespeople complaining, these leads are terrible. And then marketing going back to them and saying, well, we're giving you tons of leads. So, just call them all. What's the problem? And there you have the classic conflict. Another big reason for this disconnect is lack of communication. And I've seen this so many times. Marketing often doesn't get the feedback they need from sales on which leads are actually converting or what objections are being raised. And that makes it hard for marketing to adjust their strategy. And then on the flip side, sales may not fully understand who marketing is targeting or how they're nurturing leads before handing them off. So without that constant communication, both sides are just left guessing. They get frustrated. They think the worst of the other department. And it's, once again, just a vicious cycle. So here's another issue, which is different time horizons. So marketing will play the long game. They'll nurture the prospects through emails and ads and content over time. And then sales, well, they want to close the deals like right now. So when marketing says, let's nurture these leads for a few more months, sales might be thinking, we need to hit this month's quota. So I need to get hot leads and I need to sell right now. So once again, that just creates this, right? Like you just have marketing, sales just fighting each other consistently. And it just leads to that bad blood. Oh, and don't forget about resource competition. Both teams want a bigger piece of the budget pie. So marketing wants more funds for campaigns and creative assets, while sales might want to push for more tools or even more team members to help close deals faster. So it's just a tug of war for resources. So now we know what all the problems are, where the issues are, different goals and metrics, lead quality versus quantity, lack of communication, different time horizons, and resource competition. Now the question is, how do we solve this? So here, are a few quick tips to help bring marketing and sales into alignment. Now, before I get into that, just if you're so far liking this video, remember to hit that like button below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for even more great advice for small businesses and digital marketing. Okay, here are 3 tips to help get your sales and marketing teams in alignment. Okay, so tip number 1, collaborative planning. You need to get both teams in the same room regularly to align on their goals, strategies, and who the ideal customer is. Basically, marketing needs to understand from sales who is their ideal customer, who is getting the most deals closed, what kind of customers are providing the most value for the sales team, okay? And then sales needs to understand from marketing, sort of where they're going with current marketing campaigns, when things are dropping, how long it's going to take for these leads to get nurtured, anything that's planned in a content calendar. Marketing usually can plan out 6 months, maybe even a year. So that needs to be done. When you're in a business, your sales team, your marketing team should be collaborating, getting together, and planning on a weekly basis. It's the best way to do it. Set time to do that. Set meetings between sales and marketing once a week. Do it short, 15 minutes, no more than a half an hour. Make sure you put a stop time on it. You'll have a better relationship between your sales and marketing team. Okay, number 2 is having shared metrics. So you need to create key performance indicators that both teams can work towards. This could be a mix of lead volume, lead quality, revenue targets, what have you. So what they have to do is figure out if marketing brings in X amount of leads and sales has X amount of touch points, what's the conversion rate? And therefore, what's the value of that customer and what's the close rate? And therefore, once the KPIs are established, then sales and marketing will be on the same page. And if, for example, marketing brings in 20% more leads in a month, then they can expect, based on the sales cycle, that there should be a 20% increase in the amount of sales that are brought in. That way, they're both on the same page. So that way, when they meet, they can go through the metrics and say, hey, we delivered X amount of leads, and sales can say, yes, you did, and we delivered X amount of sales, and everybody is, quote unquote, happy. Or if there is a discrepancy or if things have gone down, then both are on the same page and they realize that maybe business has gone down, and they can then make adjustments towards improving it in the future. Okay, and number 3, and this is really important, and that is defining lead qualification. You need to implement an SLA, a service level agreement, that clearly defines what a qualified lead looks like and what sales should do with them. No more guessing games. What that allows marketing to do is fine-tune any campaign, like if it's a paid ad or a meta ad, to the clear demographic that sales wants to sell to. And therefore, you can then see that the more qualified leads are coming in than just sort of anybody coming in. So what that does is it makes the sales team more efficient in when they're calling the leads or connecting, reaching out to the leads. And it also helps with regards to a better marketing spend, because the leads that are coming in are much more valuable because they're tailored to what the sales team can effectively close on. So look, at the end of the day, both teams have the same ultimate goal, and that is driving revenue and growing business. The trick is to find that sweet spot where marketing and sales work together seamlessly. So next time you hear that there's tension between marketing and sales, remember, communication and alignment are key. So let me know in the comments about your own experiences with sales and marketing conflicts. And then check out this video on what to do if your business is struggling and how you can fix it in just 36 minutes.